Hey guys, today we're working on a 2004 Mercedes E500. This is actually my dad's car. Yeah, I hadn't really been driven because air suspension went out. Common problem on Mercedes E classes, you know, that generation, also S classes as well. Finally got to talk him into converting it to coilovers. I'm gonna try to make this video quick because if I document every single thing that I do on all four corners, it's gonna take way too long. As you guys can see, I've already put a wood on there, a couple of 2x6s stacked on each other because I could not put a jack underneath whatsoever. Even my low pro jack doesn't even fit. It's just so slammed on the ground. Alright, so first I guess we're gonna pop the hood here. Alright, now that we popped the hood, see that these are the air lines right here. So yeah, all this needs to come off, these bolts or nuts. So, alright, we're going to be jacking it up now. And here we go. You guys, make sure you put wheel chocks on the back of the vehicle. You don't want this thing rolling back. That's the smallest one I could find. Put that one on, and luckily I had this small one here that I'm going to put on the other side here, just for safety precaution. Now we can jack up the car now from the front. First, I'm on the ground right now. We're gonna loosen those bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So loosen it just a little bit, and then go back over here. There's a plastic pad right here. We're gonna use the jack, slip it under there, and pull it up. So I've jacked it up a little bit now. The front tire is above the 2x6 woods, so now I can go ahead and zip these out. Look at this jack point here. That's the only one I could see earlier. I actually saw one right there. You just couldn't see it though you just couldn't see it from the front when the car was so low. I'm gonna put another jack here. Luckily I have another one that I can put on here to support it, and then raise up the full front and then put a jack stand there because it's a little sketchy, you know. I shouldn't be directly underneath this car, but this is pretty dangerous. Right? Don't do this at home. I am not responsible for anything that you guys do wrong. I'm just trying to help you guys get an idea for you guys that have courage to try this on your own. Finally got her up on both sides. Okay, so now that we removed the wheel, what you need to do is take this fender liner out of here. As you can see, I've already taken it out. It's pretty easy. It's a bunch of 10mm. You'll see it when you get there. So this guy right here has to come off. Looks like air lines are right here, going in here. I think this is going to be from the back air lines, and then this goes to the top, snakes up there. All right, now that we're here, next there's this wiring right here that was snaked around here and then connected to this, because on this particular vehicle you could change the dampening to sport mode and all that. So this connected there, so, and it controls the valving right here on this air strut assembly. So you took that off, and the way to take it off is there's this little pin that was like right here that attaches to that. I don't know if you can see, but freaking lighting sucks. But you'll see what I'm talking about. You just move that little pin right here with a pig. Alright. Anyway, now we're ready to take the bolt and nut out of here. And then on the top, right here, actually, on the top I had already loosened it, so that's out now. And then take this air line out here. So what I did was pretty much this is a 10 right here, so I just did it on an angle like that, and then it spins pretty easily. Now it's already loose, as you can see, and that's what I'm doing. Alrighty guys, we're removing this airline like I said. So once we remove that, boom. Alright, that's what it looks like. Looks like there's a flare right there that seals it up. Just gonna snake this out of here. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna snake it around. Snake it out, take it out in one piece, or you can just cut this piece right here and pull it all the way out from the bottom. It's been zip tied to some harness, and it just makes it difficult to snake out with this fitting on there. So if you're not going to reuse it anymore, you don't really care, dude, honestly, just cut it and move on. So next up is this plug. Take that off. And I already took the nuts out, so take this off, and then just the lower bolt over there to the control arm, and then she'll be free to go. So to take off that lower bolt, it's a 21 millimeter. Goes in there, and then what I'm gonna do is pretty much gonna put a impact on there and then zip it out. Okay, but obviously there's a nut right here that's just gonna keep spinning. Normally you would want to loosen it from the nut end, but this control arm is in the way. It's not a lot of room there, so I'm just gonna get a crescent wrench, or if you had a 21. So I'll be right here. All right, I have a camera, so I can't zip it out while I'm recording, so after I get it out, I'll come back to you guys. All right, so finally got the air strut out. So what had to happen was you had to take off, there's a Torx bolt here and like I believe a 13 millimeter nut up here. Yeah, I think it was 13, yeah. So you just take the nut out while you're from the top while putting a Torx here. I didn't have the size, but the Torx 40 bit worked. It held it enough for me to, you know, get the nut out without, you know, spinning. So once that's out, this comes out, and obviously you had to have taken off the lower control arm bolt from there, and yeah, all you gotta do is push this thing down and drop it and pull it out. So there she is. All right, pretty much gonna go back, put everything in reverse when for the BC Coilovers. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. This is the level sensor right here. This nut right here is on the top. So you loosen it from the top. You can access it because you could pull on this, and then it drops right down. And then I just screwed it back here so you could move this freely. Alrighty, guys. All right, now that I got one of the air struts out in the front, I'm gonna put this one on. It's the same on both sides. There's not really one for left or right. Well, I chose BC Coilovers because I've had a fair share of installing these on other vehicles like Lexus IS and 350Zs and Infinitis and Hondas. They're pretty good. We're thinking about going KW. We're not going to track the car. So anyway, by the way, on this is the rear spring adjuster / perch. I actually raised it to about 3/8 of an inch because I'm not trying to go slammed. Alrighty, guys. Alright, guys, just wanted to show you the new setup now. Got this side done. Got the bottom connected to the control arm. Tightened that. Then put this sway bar end link back on there as well. On this one, I put it back. This is a 10 millimeter, so it goes up, and then there's a nut up here, and you just tighten that up, and then put this one back on there. Tighten that up. It's 13 millimeter nuts up top, and I used T40 for this. It's fine. You're not putting any torque in here anyway. It's just pretty much trying to hold it, and that's it. And now it's connected to the top here. What I did here, for it not to like flap around here, I just put a little zip tie here and a zip tie there, connected to this airline going to the rear. But yeah, anyway, and disconnected the compressor, and I just wrapped this around with electrical tape for now. So these are the two that connects to this two. This is the compressor, and I'm not gonna plug those up. I don't really care. I was gonna take it off, but right now I'm really in the rush to get this car going. It's really easy to take that off anyway later on. Alrighty, guys, so on to the next side. Let's see here. Same thing on the passenger side. All you guys got to do, first off, start taking these off. The fender liner, start taking that off. So one reason why is so you can get access to taking this to control the dampening for Airmatic strut assembly. It's in the back here, so you can take that connector out of there from the back. And same thing here, take that 10mm bolt up here for the level sensor, which is up here, and disconnect these three again, and then disconnect the sway bar and link, which is like right there. On the other side there's a nut, 21mm, and it is a 21mm, and then loosen the top, 13mm, 13mm. Take these off and it should drop down. And by the way, this side too, take that airline out, it's 10mm, and then take that connector right there. So alrighty guys, alright, so finally got the passenger side out. Goodness gracious, dude, this side was a little tougher for some reason. One tip here, when you're mounting the new coilover, or you may not notice that this right here, it's not equally spaced out, the bolt holes. So these are closer to each other and this one's a lot further. So when you're lining it up, you know, be careful. Like, you'll notice it's like this here, okay? It goes like that in reference to that. And what you guys need to do is this one, loosen this right here, that one, loosen that so you can turn and do the right orientation on this bracket that goes on the control arm. Right. So I got her mounted at the top. So by the way, the old nuts on the air spring, these are 13mm nuts. The one that came with the BC Coilovers are 12mm. And another thing, this is a 32-way adjustable on the dampening. So what I do is put them in the middle and then adjust from there. Lefty loosey soft, righty tighty is hard. So usually I go soft all the way down, so you know, until it won't stop anymore. Now don't try to force it. See now, see I'm not putting too much force and it stopped turning. So so you just see, it's 32 divided by 2 is 16, so you just turn it 16 times. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So turn it 16 clicks and that should be set in the middle as far as dampening. If you want it softer, obviously later on you go lefty loosey on both the front